It's a public park. It's a public space. I don't need to go away. Like, you're the one who you should leave. And there's like, fuck off. And
Yeah, you can't tell me how to spend my time.
it's going on about how vaccines are full of the cells of aborted fetuses. He says that, and like one of the women just starts laughing her ass, like, "Oh wow, you're a fucking clown!" Like, and they're just laughing at him, and then he's like, "Oh, well, it's just common sense. Everyone knows this." And they're like, "Okay, prove it. Prove it. You're telling us that we're not real punks, quote unquote, whatever that means, because we don't believe your conspiracy theories. Prove that there are aborted cells, like fetus cells, in vaccines." And then his response is to get defensive and bring up 9/11 randomly. Oh yeah? Well, my proof is something like, my proof is 2001 when 9/11, that thing that never happened. That's like kind of how he says it. It's just like totally irrelevant. Like that's his defense of his other ridiculous claim, is that 9/11 just didn't exist. uh,
Clearly.
and this is the guy who I was talking about earlier, who looks like Neff. He has like really long hair and facial hair, uh, and he's just like fucked up in the head. And he thinks he was a punk in high school. I don't think he was.
Are you
He's
sure it wasn't Neff?
his voice was a little deeper than Neff's. That's the only difference. It should have been Neff though. I wish it had been, because Neff is a
I
clever guy.
mean,
He's a
he
fucking genius.
definitely, yeah, well, he is watching this, so.
Yeah, he's watching it and jerking off into a bucket. He's his cum bucket. He just jerks off into it like every day, and when it gets full, he has to like eat it. Like he cooks it with ramen, and then he refills the bucket by jerking off to our streams.
It's funny,
Yeah.
like, we were talking about him with, Fish Blocks and this other guy who, like, was the one who kind of introduced Neff to everyone because they worked together at Pizza Hut, and, Mike was talking about how like he's like, oh yeah, he didn't like me, and the guy's like, really? He was always like really weird to everyone. He's like, no, he hated me. I was like, yeah, he felt like threatened by Mike or something weird like that. Like
Must have been a jealousy thing.
he's like, no, you're gonna be Alex's friend, but he's my friend.
You're not allowed to have more than one friend.
Bizarre.
It's not. It's against the rules. But yeah, that guy does look like Neff. Like you should fucking see it. Like when that Charlie guy, Penguin Zero, whatever. I've watched a lot of his videos recently, and he's pretty amusing. Oh shit, there are chickens forming in here. Oh wait, you should come up here and throw the eggs because they might fall out. Like I think that
Oh,
chicken that.
I only had a few. I did hit him because I kept throwing him. I might have knocked him off.
Oh, oh yeah, it's in the ocean. Yeah, I have a bunch of eggs downstairs that I was planning to unleash into my tree fortress that I'm growing and
Oh
growing and
yeah,
growing.
here, I'll grab him.
But you got to come up here, like if you.
Yeah. Oop,
That way they'll
wait
just
a minute.
wander around up here in tree limbo forever.
Oh shit. Ah,
So come up this one right here.
wait. Oh, okay. Wait. Ah, all right. Am I? God damn it. Oh shit. I see. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just have to push the jump button.
Right. Okay.
You got to be careful. Sometimes they switch around, and I mean you
Is this
can't
like a good place to let some go, or?
any place really. Although you could go higher also.
Oh shit. Ah.
Yeah, it's difficult to navigate at first. I'm kind of used to it though, and I'm growing vines so that eventually you'll be able to climb on every surface.
Damn. Not getting any chickens.
Let's come
What?
way up here.
Damn. There were no chickens in all those eggs.
Oh, come on, come on,
Oh shit. Oh no.
come
Woo.
on. What's
Ah, I
blocking?
fell next to the chicken.
The fuck? Why can't I get up here? Come on. I can't get up there. Oh, you fell?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You might be able to climb from the entrance, right where I landed.
Man, that thing is fucking really cool looking.
I'm
How
just
long
gonna.
did that take you?
Um, well, I planted the first tree there, and that I don't know. It took hours, but I didn't stream any of it because I always intended to just do 10 minutes of work, but then I would kind of get pulled into it. Like, oh, let's just fix this. Oh, let's change that. Uh, and then 4 hours later, I'm still working on it.
Kids suck.
My name is Kid Sucking Cock. Ba with the ba da bang da bang sucking cock. Da 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 da. God, it's terrible.
That was around that time too. The Limp Bizkit and stuff. I remember Kid Rock being like, that's when he came out and was
Yeah,
big and terrible.
they're almost at the same time, and neither of them charted at first. Like in August of '98, that's when I heard "Sour" by Limp Bizkit from their first album. That's before Nookie existed, before Significant
Yeah, I
Other.
don't even know that song. I know the Faith cover off their first album.
Yeah,
That's about it.
same album. And so "Sour" was on the radio. I didn't really like it, but I recorded it because at the time I was recording anything that was new because maybe I would like it later. And sometimes that would work, but a lot of times it was shit. And in the
Yeah.
same month, I heard Kid Rock for the first time. Um, it was the song called "I Am the Bull God" or "Bulldog" or something like that. Something about a bulldog or bull god. I don't know. And it sucked. Shitty song, but it's the only song on the entire album that doesn't just steal a shit ton of samples from other artists. So it's actually an
Wait.
original Kid Rock
Oh,
song.
it's a Kid Rock song. Yeah.
Like
Wait,
every
what is
other,
it called again?
"I Am the Bull God." It's terrible.
That sounds familiar.
But that was the first single that I heard. It was August of '98, and then
Yeah.
Ba with the Ba came out the end of '98, and Limp Bizkit hadn't blown up yet, but that Kid Rock song blew up. Like I think Kid Rock blew up just before Limp Bizkit, even though Limp Bizkit was around before.
I think
Uh,
he was bigger too, like generally, like
I think
he was like
for a moment.
probably like all over the radio. Yeah, well then, yeah, when that album came out, that was pretty big too.
And then by the year 2000, I think he was mostly forgotten about because Limp Bizkit kept soldiering on and made that shitty Chocolate Starfish album. But Kid Rock didn't
Yeah,
have anything except for like the shitty Sad But True Metallica thing, where he just raps over Sad But True, and he called that song American Badass.
but
And
then
like,
he like acted like he was a country dude and got all big doing that. Like did that song with Sheryl Crow or whatever.
ugh. I like some Sheryl
That
Crow, so that's unfortunate.
I put your picture away. That song.
Oh, I remember that. That's awful. That is
Yeah,
shit.
that was like a huge song.
Shit
Uh,
ass bullshit garbage song.
everywhere. Yeah,
Fucking
terrible.
garbage.
But like I think like some of that stuff that came out at the time like somehow made him more approachable to all sorts of shitty people, like not just like people who liked new metal, but like shitty country people now, you know?
Yeah. Like
Like, ah yes, come into our ranks.
the finest cuisine is Kid Rock. Yeah.
Mmm,
Why
it
some of
tastes
that
like cat food, delicious cat food.
tastes like good meth. Yeah. God
Oh
damn, that's
yeah.
hot. But I remember watching this TV show called Fox Files in spring of 1999, and the show was only around for like 1 or 2 seasons. They would do stuff like about porn stars or Marilyn Manson or Columbine. Uh, Pamela Anderson was another one, but they had Kid Rock on there. Oh, I've got another egg. And I knew what sellout meant. I knew what that meant, but I'd never seen someone so blatantly proud of it, and it disgusted me because he's on the show. He's like, oh, I don't give a shit about like artistic merits or anything like that. I don't give a shit about like trying to be creative. I literally just take whatever works from other people and turn it into my thing because I know it'll make me money. Like that's all I give a shit about is just the money. Like fuck music. He just says all that. I'm sitting there and I'm 13 years old and I'm just like, oh my god, that's disgusting. It actually disgusted me. Like it turned my stomach hearing someone just say that and they're so proud of it. Like, whoa, what the? Oh, hello, hi. Yeah,
Where
you're
are
dead
you
now.
at?
I'm by the windmill, but this zombie was coming at me. But anyway, yeah, he just says it and he's just so proud of it. I was like, wow, that's really slimy and disgusting. Like you're a piece of shit. Like that was the first time I ever felt that about someone like being a real sellout. Like and just the
Yeah, I
fact
like
that
that
he was
he's
just
just
proud of
become
it.
a total joke too. Like, remember the last time I was trying to think the last time he was relevant was like the
Napster.
shit with Trump, like him
Oh, that
going
too.
and like sucking his dick, or when he was like saying he was gonna run for office, but it was just like some sort of publicity stunt to like hype some shitty album or song he had or something.
President Meth. That's gonna be the new hit song by Kid Rock. Yeah, you
He
know
is
what?
the American badass.
Hell yeah.
The
That
sad but true song, right?
it's so badass that he took "Sad but True" by Metallica, a song that's already mediocre, and then rapped over it. Yeah, God, that's fucking hot. I'm
Dude,
literally
that's brilliant.
hell yeah.
That's innovation.
I'm jerking off right now. Yeah, God, that's so hot. But like I watched "Regretting the Past" on on the Kid Rock album, which is on that channel Rocked Past Tense. And you know that guy also listened to like two Limp Bizkit albums, Puddle of Mud, Stain's
Regretting the
last
past.
album.
Perfect name for that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like the guy who's narrating it is just suffering through all the Kid Rock atrocity shit. And the whole album is just Kid Rock talking about how badass he is in every fucking song. Like I'm the ultimate like cowboy pimp meth badass from Detroit. Like
Oh yeah, that terrible cowboy song. Ugh.
that's also another one, which is not even his own song. He didn't have permission to use that
Oh yeah,
song
you were
either.
telling me about that. I was kind of
Yeah, it's a,
surprised because I was like, oh, sounds like I would have guessed it was just. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised actually.
he probably took it knowing that the band was like somewhat obscure, thinking that he'd get away with it. He's a fucking
God
meth
damn it.
head. He's a fucking
I
moron
get
meth
that
head
Kid
piece of
Rock
shit.
stuck in my head.
Oh what? Cowboy? That
No, I still have that sad but true one stuck in my
oh.
head.
American badass, blah, blah, blah. Just like so. It's just another song about how great he is. You know, on
Isn't isn't it sad but true and then also part of like an AC/DC song also?
I don't know. I
I
just know it's like Metallica's shitty Black album.
think he like takes some of like Back in Black at some point too or
Well,
something.
he takes from all kinds of people, yeah. Um, like just so many fucking people that I can't even think of who because it's too much bullshit.
Remember
Um,
that picture of him and Ted Nugent with Donald Trump?
yeah. Where at first you
Oh
think, is
yeah.
that like Dr. Phil? Oh no, that's Kid Rock. uh, yeah, that was pretty cringy. Um, all three of those people should just die off, but they're not dying
Yeah,
off.
for real. They're just terrible fucking people.
But there's once, well, you know, the guy from Rocked, that guy who does these reviews, and hopefully he does one on like I don't know POD or some shit. Because he's mostly stuck with new metal and rap metal for those shitty albums, and Saint Anger by Metallica. Oh, and pop punk, which I fucking hate. I never got
like
that.
Blink-182.
Or even worse, Simple Plan. Blink 182 fucking sucks, but Simple Plan was
Oh yeah.
somehow even worse than them.
I can
Somehow.
only imagine. I never listened to them because that was like around the time where like I just was like
Shit.
very against that sort of thing like when it came out. I remember Paul Smith liked them.
The
I remember
fucking
he was like
trash.
saying or like The Used or like there were bands like that that he were just saying was like the best bands at the time, and I was like, aren't you the one who was always going on about Nirvana? And then you're telling me about this shit.
This garbage, this pathetic fucking whiny garbage. This like, what's a good way to describe it? Like whiny, teen boppy. I'm mad at my mom. Kind of like hot topic, shit rock. Like I don't know what to call it. It's a lot of bad
Fucking
things.
Fallout Boy or
Yeah, yeah,
fucking.
emo.
Ugh.
That piece of shit garbage. just, just awful. Yeah.
And now that stuff is looked back on with like nostalgia by a lot of people too, like the um Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance or something. I'm just like, the fuck?
Suck at the disco. Yeah.
Just never got any of that.
um. Let's see. What's something? Something occurred to me, but I like it fell out of my head. Whatever it was. It was just there. I was about to say something about it, and then it just went away. It was something about music.
Was it a
Um,
horse?
you're right. It was a horse. That's what it was. Nay, Vince.
When you said music, then
Nay.
I was like 100% sure I was right.
Yeah, I mean, music was created by all horses. That's a. I know it's like a stereotype, but you know what? Some stereotypes are based on truths.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I went there. This is the only time where that's relevant.
That truth is based on truth.
The truth is based on hooves. You get it? You fucking get it? Yeah! Yeah! And then I kill myself? Yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, I guess like Rick told me, he found out that Trevor Moore guy died by like falling off his balcony, I guess.
Oh shit! That fucking wacko that was harassing those people in the park who looks like Neff, he has a conspiracy theory video about Trevor Moore on his channel. His channel is what is it? Something realm, stripped realm or something like that. Like he's going on about
Really?
this conspiracy theory about Travis Moore or Trevor Moore.
Trevor
Sorry,
Moore.
Trevor Moore. Yeah, I don't know why I did
Yeah.
that. And it's fucking dumb. It's like 12 minutes long. It's just him sitting there rambling, and he also thinks that Kobe Bryant was assassinated by Google. Like, it's just he has a three-part video of that, and it's like,
He was gonna let all their secrets out.
yeah, whatever the
Kobe
fuck.
Bryant
Yeah.
was the only thing that could have brought down Google.
And now he's gone, so like, Google's gonna like take control of the planet and let apes take control or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what. It's too dumb.
Oh, dude, you should watch that Matt Cameron interview. One of the things that was interesting was he was talking about like
Oh yeah.
he was like, "Oh yeah, we bought this this kind of like building that was like the Soundgarden headquarters." And
That's
we
cool.
ended up like selling it or whatever after the band broke up, and now it's like the building that Facebook is like based out of.
What? I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
in
It's weird
Seattle.
also.
Dude, it
Yeah.
was really interesting. He was talking about like he was like, yeah, I was like, in Soundgarden forever, and I guess they broke up because Chris Cornell like quit and wanted to do other stuff, and
Yeah.
then that dude like, um, he like I think he was working on like some solo project, and then he wanted to call one of the guys from Pearl Jam had like a record label or something to put it out. And so he called their manager and he was like, "Hey, can I talk to like I think it was like Stone Gossard or something?" And then Eddie Vedder grabbed the phone and was like, "Hey, what are you doing this summer?" Because like I guess their drummer couldn't make the tour, and he filled in for them, and then he ended up just playing with them ever since, like in 1998. He's been
That's
in
cool.
Pearl Jam like twice as long as he was in Soundgarden.
That's interesting. Just like a weird coincidence.
Yeah, really weird.
Hmm.
But it was just cool because, like, you know, just hearing him talk about and the hosts of that show. There's only a couple episodes, but the hosts of that show, I guess, were in bands in Seattle also that just weren't didn't become as big, but they like all knew all like those guys knew each other from there and stuff, and they just talked about the Seattle scene, and it was really interesting, like hearing from people, because and then they had Duff McKagan on too, and he was talking about being there in the early '80s and punk scene and stuff like that. I guess he was in a band called the Farts. And like they just talk about it so dryly, he's like, oh yeah, I was in a band called the Farts. I replaced their old drummer Loud Farts,
I was in
and
a band
our
called
guitar player was Steve Farts.
I was in a band called Dick Shitters, and we were together for 1981 to 1983. We invented the blast beat. Just
But he
weird
just
shit.
talks about it like so dryly, and then those other guys are just like, oh yeah, of course, the legendary Seattle band the Farts. It's just like whatever.
Whoa,
This is weird.
just fell. Um,
I love the do they talk with all the torches. That's so good.
the
It's
what?
like lit up.
Oh,
Do they talk?
oh.
Just all
um,
lit up in the sky.
I found a couple rare bands. I found this one compilation that's called "Fuck Me, I'm Rich." It's mostly a bunch of sub pop bands, but it's not a compilation made by Sub Pop, which is random. But the theme of the compilation is just Sub Pop, and it was released in 1990. So there's a Nirvana song on there, I think. Um, but there's a bunch of other bands I hadn't heard of, like Swallow was a band, and I listened to this song called Guts, something Guts Revenge or Guts. I don't know. It's just Guts. I think it was just one word, and they sounded pretty cool. Like it's another grunge band that never got big, and see, there are a few more on there. Nero's Rome. They had this song called Myrrh, and it was really cool. And it's just like these other grunge bands that just never made it for some reason. Bands I'd never heard of. It was cool checking them
Yeah, it
out.
was. It's really like I do kind of want to like try to check out some of like I need to write down all the because they list like a million different bands like from that area that I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's any good or like I don't know. I just always enjoyed a lot of the sound that came around that from that area, even though some of the bands sound a little different. I feel like it's worth checking out for sure.
Stick Tad up my ass. Wow, that's a long
Oh
fall.
yeah.
This tree structure is taller than the lighthouse now. That's hot. And I need
Yeah,
to
that
plant more
thing's fucking
trees.
awesome. That was so funny. I was just like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that was an accident. Oops.
I was just like running over to like fish, and then I was like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah, I was
what
waiting
is
for you
this
to.
thing?"
I was like,
I was like, "That wasn't there before."
yeah, I was just like waiting for you to notice it. I didn't want to say it right away. I was just like, it'd be funnier if like Alex just looks up and is like, "What the fuck is that?" Let's check it out.
Oh,
Like,
that's awesome.
let's go up here and look at it. It does look cool from the lighthouse. I need I need to cover it with a lot more vines though. Fortunately, there's like a jungle over here, but the vines are just kind of
Just
slow.
out of view from my house over here.
Let's see. Oh, another band I checked out a long time ago was it was on this Best of Grunge compilation with bands like Helmet. Um, it was around '94, so like the later stages of grunge. That's when the album. That's when the compilation was released, and they had this song called 15 by a band called Willard, like the rat Willard, and the movie that I guess was big for a while.
I was
But
gonna say, why do I know what that is? Oh yeah, wasn't that like when we were in high school, right around then?
yeah, and it was a remake of a movie from the '80s. A guy who's eccentric and obsessed with his rats. The movie
Oh
from the
yeah, dude, didn't they have? Wasn't the like trailer? Didn't they play that Smashing Pumpkins song? Yeah,
they
Nick Cage, I
probably did.
swear.
That'd be the lamest thing they could do, so they probably did.
And wasn't it like Topher Grace or something?
I don't think it was him, but I don't remember. I only watched it once. My dad gave it to me for Christmas when I had never even heard of it. He would always do that, and I traded it in for real movies, basically. Like I think I traded it in for Shawshank Redemption, which is a definite gigantic improvement. But yeah, Willard, the band, they're like grunge but as metal as you can be while still being a grunge band. That's how they come off to me. They're more on like the Tad side, or maybe like early mid Soundgarden, like Bad Motorfinger, like more aggressive and
Alice
harder.
in Chains, kind of like.
Yeah, something like that. But like not as like they come off as angrier. Yeah, especially the song 15. It's such a cool song. But the band is really obscure. I downloaded their album, Steelworker. It's from 1992. Um, and I don't see much information about it. Like, they just, they were never, they never had a big
You
following, I
said
guess.
Willard is the name of the band?
Yeah, like Will and then ARD. And the song was
Yeah.
15.
You know, it's really cool I got too. I actually ended up buying this book because I would always check it out from the school library. But it's like the Spin Alternative Record Guide, and it's from like 1995.
Mm,
And it has like a bunch of like those types of bands in it, you know?
caw.
Like just ones that, a lot of like really big ones, but also some that are just like, were kind of big around the time that are probably like well forgotten now.
Yeah. Or bands that never really got big outside of Seattle, I imagine. There are a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Just like in post grunge, there was a bunch of bands like a Cunniling Crush or Dovetail Joint or a bunch of stuff like that that like put out a song. It was a hit, but then they just disappeared because the trends changed. Because whininess decided because record companies wanted whininess to be like the norm. Like Aaron Lewis, like whining about his daddy issues for 3 fucking albums. Now he's whining about his Confederacy issues, like Confederate statues. Oh, he's mad about that, even though he's a fucking Northerner. Yeah, it's not his heritage. I mean, the heritage not hate argument is fucking dumb to begin with, even if it's a Southerner. But he's from fucking Vermont. Yeah, like, so that's not a thing he can argue. It's literally just he just doesn't like black people. Yeah, and I wonder what like LeJohn Witherspoon thinks of that. He's the singer from Seven Dust. He's black, and Aaron Lewis sang on the third Seven Dust album. Like, he was a special guest in one of the songs. I wonder if they ever had a discussion about that, or if he would
Hold on a
just like
second.
not care.
Hold on a second.
Cough.
Sorry, I was just hearing some really weird noise and I couldn't tell if it was like an animal outside or what that was. I think it was actually my floor.
Your floor?
Yeah, like my floor was making some weird like creak.
Huh.
It's very bizarre. Or maybe
Maybe
it's
you
the
have,
wind. I don't know.
maybe Rob Schneider is in your house.
But I got this really cool book actually in the mail today that I ordered, and it's called Everybody Loves Our Town: An Oral History of Grunge.
Cool.
Um, and it just talks about like, you know, just a bunch of just the whole Seattle music scene, I guess.
Stick Mother Love Bone up my ass. That band I just never liked. Skin Yard. I gave them a chance and I did not like them at all.
I haven't heard them. They're on a Nirvana show poster that I
Yeah,
that I
that's
have.
that's how I
Um,
heard of them, and then I downloaded one of their songs or two, and I was just not into their sound at all. Um,
that was another one that Matt Cameron was talking about too. I don't know if he played with them or if it's like people he played with that then eventually went on to form that band or something. I don't know. It's definitely check out that interview, man. They mention a lot of those bands, you know.
ah,
Like it's really interesting.
let's see. I'm getting really tired.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it's
11.
got to be pretty late for you.
Yeah, it's 11. God.
Yeah.
Or almost 11:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, I'm
uh,
kind of tired too. I didn't get a ton of great sleep last night, this
God.
morning.
I was gonna try to reference some shitty new metal song, but I can't think of any about sleeping.
I'm only sleeping. The Beatles cover that Korn did.
Ugh. Did you know they made an unplugged album? Corn?
Really? That doesn't make. What would that even sound like?
It
How is
sounds
that
like
possible?
it sounds like shit. That's what it sounds like. I've heard part of it. It sounds like fucking shit. It's like, oh man, this is a bad idea. Like, why would you do this? And oh, I think the best. I'm not like really that big into Unplugged, like the Unplugged series, but and I don't think it's like more intimate or anything. Like I just, if it sounds good, then it sounds good. And I think the Nirvana one is like the best one out of all the ones I've heard.
Yeah, I really like the Nirvana and the Alice in Chains, and then there's some good ones on the Pearl Jam one. Um, STP, I kind of wish did it a little different. I don't like that they like some of their songs they like changed or did all weird, and I just wish they would have done them a bit more straight up.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
they would
I've
have sounded better.
I don't think I've heard their Unplugged performance.
Oh, really? It's weird, man. If you look up like the videos, like Scott Weiland's just in like a giant fucking rocking chair, like, and like I can't think of which song it is. It's like I think it's like Plush or something. They do like this really sounds kind of cheesy to me, honestly, like kind of weird mandolin intro. It's different. I mean, going them to try something different, but it's like I don't know, like AIC or something, you know, they just kind of did stripped down versions and it sounded just as good. I just kind of wish they would have done the same and not been it, you know, I just felt like they were like being a little too cute about it or whatever.
Yeah. Did you know that on the album that like ended Stain's career, they had a song that was a tribute to Lane Staley called Lane, and it like imagine the like it's Alice in Chains, but then Stained is doing it. Like how much they would fuck up that style.
Oh, dude,
It's
I
fucking
think it
awful.
was you remember how that guy from Puddle of Mud did like a really bad Nirvana cover?
Yeah, I was watching that like last week. Just I forgot about it and just laughing my ass off.
It's so funny.
It's like
I
one of
bet
the
his
best things.
bandmates had to have been so mad at him, like, because you know it's probably like you can do that, right? And he's like, oh yeah, totally. And then it's like, could you imagine just having to play through that? Like,
Yeah, there's moments when they're like trying not to laugh. Like I watched a guy react to it, this Scottish fat guy, and his reaction was pretty funny because he just starts laughing like so hard, he's crying. And it's like this is really funny.
yeah,
He's not even like commenting on anything. He's just laughing his ass off the whole time. And
it really was though.
my favorite part is when Wes Scantlin or whatever his name is, he says the word clue. He's like, clue, clue. Like, I, I, I don't know that like that blew my mind. Like that exact second, clue, clue. Like
Oh
that's how he
man,
does it. It's like that.
I gotta
Clue.
I gotta send you. There's like a really funny edit of it where like every time he's like, because it's like, when he gets to that scream at the end of the line, they like slow it down half speed and it just
They
really
make
drags it out.
they
Like,
make his face big. I've seen those.
yeah, yeah, that's it.
Oh,
But
I love.
I saw like a article where he was being interviewed and like people were um like he said he wanted to do an Alice in Chains cover now
Oh
and like
yeah.
people are like he'd probably like ruin it and he's like that just makes me want to do it more.
Hell yeah. I'm on meth, by the way. My drug dealer is Kid Rock. I'm gonna do this. They were also discovered by Fred Durst, I think.
Yeah, didn't he like I heard some story where he was talking about like he just like threw like his band's shitty demo CD at like Fred Durst's head or something. Hit him in the head with it or
Yeah.
something.
He's like, well, I guess I gotta sign you now. Fuck it.
Ugh.
Why wouldn't I? I'm a piece of shit. Ugh. Um. Oh, I hope he does it because that about a girl one was fucking hilarious. Like that is gold. That's gold.
Yeah,
It's like
I
okay,
I
that should
really
be their
definitely
hit.
couldn't believe that when that was
It's
happening. Like,
yeah, the song
I
"She
mean,
Hates Me." That shitty song. What
oh
were you saying?
God. I was just gonna say, like, honestly, like that cover is enough reason for them to have existed for the past 20 years is to like deliver us that,
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
you know.
I want more of that.
I
or
mean, seriously, like he's like people are like he's refusing to take the loss on it and like people are antagonizing him and he's like
oh
going
yeah,
right back at him like, "Oh yeah, well I will cover it then."
yeah.
That just makes me want to fuels me even more. Like I need to find that article. That's so funny.
I'm also gonna cover something in the way. I think my voice would be
And
great at
David
that.
Bowie. Oh shit, I just broke a piece of glass, damn it.
Oh,
Fucking controller.
car. Um, what else should he ruin? He should do Wonderwall because those guys have really nasally voices, and Wes Scantlin is a nose. He's just a giant nose that it kind of looks like a person, but it's really just a nose because he's just so nasally. But yeah, so he could do an awful new metal cover of Alice in Chains, just like
Oh
Stain
yeah,
did in
I
2003.
found it. This is so funny. I love this headline. It says Puddle of Mud's Wes Scantlin on possibly covering Alice in Chains song, and then it's like colon parentheses. That's a good idea.
Oh yeah!
He's
It's like,
like in a new interview with wow, so fucking cool. Puddle of Mud frontman Wes Scantlin asked if he would consider covering Alice in Chains song. In my life, of course. That's a good idea. You're coming up with a lot of good ideas.
he should cover Gene Simmons' cover of Firestarter because that's fucking
Oh, this is
awful.
really dumb too. He says, um, he said, shoot, man, I was with my friend a couple days ago and I was like, oh, we're listening to people that have died. It just makes me feel weird.
He'll cover that too. Just ruin everything. God, that's fucking hot. um,
Wow, this guy's so dumb.
yeah, he's been known as a dumbass basically his whole life. He's like
Well,
const.
somebody told me that I could outparty everybody, so basically I already have. I'm like a cockroach. I'm a very hard person to kill. I'll keep doing that, keep writing music, and get a little booty from time to time.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna have sex with Kid Rock every now and then, and like release a regrettably awful single that people will laugh at. Like that's gonna be my legacy.
I like how this closes. Oh god, is this like an actual video of it? It closes, in April 2020, Wes Scantlin's acoustic cover of Nirvana's About a Girl went viral, but not for being any good.
God, that's hot.
Oh
That's
my
fucking
god.
funny. He should make an EP of just shit covers. Me have a God, that's the best part. That's the part that really gets me off. Like, in his face is just so intense, and the bass player's just staring at him. Like, he's got kind of a smirk in his face, but I wonder, like, does he actually just want to get mad, and he's just trying not to look mad? The guitarist looks at him sometimes. It's just
Yeah, I
really
know,
awkward.
like I was like the thing I found most relatable about all that is I'm like it just like reminds me of being like in that situation where you're playing with someone who's just fucking like just being terrible and you're just like,
Yeah.
well, I can't stop playing, just got to get through this, I guess. Like,
Yeah, we're already this
you
far.
know.
Might as well finish
And
crossing
it's
the
just
burning
like
bridge.
to be on that big of a platform though doing it, like I think it was like a Sirius XM thing
Yeah,
and it's just like it went viral like they said. It's just like God, that'd have to be so embarrassing. Like
and then the guy who's responsible for the shit is just like, no, I'm gonna do another one. Fuck you, I'm good. This is really good. I'm better than Kurt Cobain. I think Kurt
I mean I
Cobain
could
would
out
look.
party him, that's for sure.
Hell yeah. And
Clearly.
I think if he came back today, he would be wearing my T-shirt and not the other way around. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He just says something that's like
Been
the equivalent.
around 15 times as long as that guy.
I think if Anne Frank were alive today, she'd be a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah. God
Yeah.
damn. God, that's so fucking hot. God damn. That's really intensely insane.
My view of the world.
Being
Just
me,
that
I just
that
see
view.
me everywhere. I'm self-centered. I am the center of the world. Fuck all of you. Give me money. Give me sex. Give me drugs. Whatever the fuck. Just anything. Fuck you. Also, give me more. God damn.
Fucking Christ.
I'm, whew, I'm really tired now. I think I'm gonna log off.
Word.
But it was fun. We should definitely turn that part of. Actually, what were you doing this whole time? Were you like building up the ovens or something?
Oh, I was just kind of running around a little bit, mostly just chatting.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. I was
I
just like,
just I got some resources from the ravine. I was like kind of cooking some stuff.
oh yeah. Well, we should do it again soon. We should start that railroad track, or like start something for Rick, but only a little bit because he'll probably want to make his own house and design it himself. Um,
Yeah, we should get him on here. Like, he's just gotta download the um, Bedrock version, and then I can invite him once I get his username. Once he gets that figured out,
yeah. Caw. All
and then he
right.
can join whenever.
I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna go to sleep before my shitty class with dumbass dipshit piece of shit Darren. God, I hate that fucking kid.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, yeah. I'll catch you later, man. It was good fucking good talking with you.
Yeah. Caw. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Meow.